Coming up on Mountain News this morning, July 2022 flood recovery efforts are providing more than a home, but also a place to keep warm. Plus, officials are stressing road safety after several elk-related crashes.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning and thanks for joining us. I'm Madison Carmouche. We're inching up to that 5 o'clock mark this Thursday morning. We're going to go ahead and check in with meteorologist Megan Dusmall for a look at your forecast this morning. Megan, I walked outside, same story. It is snow white out there.
It is snow white and it is very cold. I know when I was walking to my car, it was treacherous almost. Yeah. So as you're heading to the car, that's pretty much what you can expect. You're going to have those cold temperatures. You're still going to see that snow on the ground because we haven't gotten above melting since it's fallen, but we also are under alert for a couple of counties specifically for that cold weather. So here are the cold weather advisory. If you see that light cyan color lighting up your counties, you are under this, and that is until 10 a.m. this morning. Now, those temperatures are no joke. We are in the teens across the board with one exception of Monticello at 20 degrees, but we do still have those colder feels-like temperatures, especially as you're heading to those counties under those warnings, seeing single digits as you're traveling towards Wise. 1 degree, Logan at 6, Moorhead 14 degrees, and Williamsburg 9. It's definitely going to be a cold day, and it's not going to warm up much at all as we're heading into the afternoon. Our highs will be in the mid to upper 20s. We're seeing 32 degrees in Jacksboro. So across the board, we're staying below that freezing mark still. And we do have those wind chills still staying with us today. Madison.
All right, Megan, thank you. Families who lost their homes in the July 2022 flood are now finding relief during these freezing temperatures thanks to the Housing Development Alliance. The organization is building energy-efficient homes with extra insulation and sealed air gaps to keep out the cold and also lower utility cost. One of those families is Melissa Neese and her 2 daughters. After living in a camper last winter, she says this year is life-changing.
I've not had the stressful aggravation of, having to worry about keeping warm, like I said, or calling somebody to bring me a heater, or, anything like that, or even worry about the electric going off. It used to always make me scared, how the girls and I would keep warm, and, what if the electric did go off in the campers and it was cold already.
HDA has built more than 30 homes since the flood for survivors, with plans for many more in the region. The WYMT Winter Blood Drive with the Kentucky Blood Center wrapped up yesterday. WYMT's Amelia Lee talked to a woman touched by blood donations in multiple ways.
A recipient, a donor, and a phlebotomist. Joetta Bentley has done it all in the world of blood donations.
I can't say enough about the most heartwarming feeling that you get, knowing that you're doing something to help save someone's life.
Bentley says her life was forever changed when she became a blood recipient nearly 20 years ago, when she broke her femur and needed 2 pints of blood.
Without the donors coming in and donating that, I wouldn't be sitting here today and doing the job that I'm doing.
Now, she's a phlebotomist with the Kentucky Blood Center and is grateful every day to work there.
It's wonderful. That's why I do it. That's why I love my job. I actually don't consider it a job. I love it.
Bentley might be sticking you with the needle, but she understands what you're going through as a regular blood donor.
It's just such a heartfelt feeling just to see people come out and care about donating blood to help others.
Blood donated with KBC goes to people in need throughout the Commonwealth, and you never know who it might help.
It could be your own self, it could be a family member, it could be just anybody. But it's all about helping people and saving lives.
If you feel called to give blood, Eric Lindsay with KBC says they will put you in the right hands with someone just like Bentley.
We know people don't wake up in the morning saying, I want to go get stuck in the arm with a needle. We get that. But if you have anxieties or questions, what I would tell you is we have a terrific staff who works with people like you every day.
Saving a life with every pint. In Hazard, Amelia Lee, WYMT Mountain News.
The KBC will host a blood drive at Alice Lloyd College in Pippa Passes on Thursday, January 23rd. That runs from 10 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. at Cushing Hall Auditorium. And on Friday, January 24th, there will be one at First Baptist Church in Salyersville in Magoffin County. That will run from 1 p.m. until 5 p.m. Those who donate will receive a free sweatshirt while supplies last. The Breaks Interstate Park is reminding drivers to be aware of the region's elk this winter. Park Superintendent Austin Bradley says there are more than 10 elk-involved crashes on the Coalfields Expressway that connects the Breaks to Southern Gap since the section of road opened in late 2023. He says the elk are already used to the area and rely on the grassy areas near the roads to find extra sustenance in the winter. Bradley says those involved in the crashes say they did not see the elk in front of them until it was too late.
All the collisions have occurred at night, and we really encourage drivers, especially at night in foggy conditions. This roadway gets very foggy. We encourage them to slow down below 55 miles per hour and just be really vigilant, just simply because the elk are so hard to see in low light conditions.
Bradley says the elk also like the salt used by road departments in the winter, so they are more often in the roads after crews hit the highways. The Kentucky State Parks Trail Crew is hard at work maintaining trails damaged by the winter storm. The team cleared several downed trees. That means bringing their heavy gear to the top of Natural Bridge. Park officials say with frigid temperatures and more snow in the forecast, they are urging visitors to use caution while visiting. Throughout the region, much of the ground is still covered with snow and ice. One doctor says wearing waterproof outer layers is important to preserve heat, and also wearing the proper footwear can help you stay on your feet. He stresses the importance of not trying to walk to your destination if your vehicle becomes stranded.
If you get out and you start walking, who knows where you may end up. You may slip, you may fall, you may get injured, and then it's a guessing game as to which way you went, and then it's basically going to take a lot longer to find you, right?
Dr. Schramm says if you do fall, monitor for symptoms like dizziness and confusion. He adds to continue checking in on family and friends as the cold and snowy weather continues. Thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. When we return, dry January is back in full swing as many start off the year with sobriety and non-alcoholic drinks.
And temperatures remain below freezing today. I'll have more up next.